Let's go. And I'm going to say it again. Let's go. Listen, FLS, thanks for the support. And I'm going to say this again. FLS, thank you for the support. All my night owls on the East Coast, I just want to say thank you for the support. And I want to talk about understanding the time. Let it breathe. And I'm going to say this again. I just want to talk about understanding the time that we live in. I think it's so important to focus on execution instead of the haters and the naysayers. When it's all said and done, to everybody that been rocking with me since day one, look at the stance. You guys have to understand, I run my own race. And I'm gonna say this again, I run my own race and I go at my own pace. And I just wanna say, I did not see 52 coming right now. And I'm gonna be 100% honest with you, I did not see 52K coming right now. But I told myself, if I really want to run it up, I gotta go, literally, I gotta clock in. I gotta do the night shift. I gotta do the graveyard shift. That's what I told myself. See, I don't have pride. I refuse to have pride. I'd rather live in reality. I told myself, if you got 50,000 subscribers, that means you have a base, but still a lot of people don't know you. And to all you content creators out there, don't ever let anybody gas you up. Like, you are not 87. You are not 93 octane. You are not diesel fuel. Do not let anybody gas you up. You should be able to see social media and YouTube for what it is. If you hit 1K, congratulations. If you hit 20K, you're rolling. Shout out to I Need Some Understanding. One of my best clients that I ever worked with. Also, and I'm gonna say this again, shout out to I Need Some Understanding. One of my best clients that I ever worked with came out the gate like the Kentucky Derby. You feel me? Throw him the alley-oop, slam dunk it, boom shakalaka. Now he had 20K. So triple salute to I Need Some Understanding. 20K, you feel me? Listen, you're unstoppable. Let it breathe. Wish you the best. Bottom of my heart. And once you hit 50K, you have a base, but a lot of people still don't know who you are. Understand that. And I feel like understanding is what keeps you grounded and still make you put in that work like day one. Let me tell you guys something. When you have 50K subscribers, that means you're at the breaking point. You're either gonna go up or you're gonna walk away from your channel, either or. And I'm here to tell you, FLS, if we don't turn up, then who will? Listen, we don't care. Whatever it runs up to, it's gonna run up to. But understand that FLS, I have yet to start my campaign. And I'm gonna say this again, because every step of the way I drop jewels. And I'm gonna say this again, this is what I do. Every step of the way I drop jewels. Listen, success leave clues. And I'm gonna say this again, success leave clues. So if you follow the clues, you will understand that once you hit 50K, that means it's game time. And you guys have to understand, listen, I want you guys to understand, I'm at 52K, but the thing about it is, I never complain. So you guys have to understand, every step of the way, all you gotta do is keep going hard. And I'm gonna say this again, every step of the way, All you got to do is keep going hard. See, a lot of people want people to feel them. I'm going to be 100% honest with you. When you walk around and you look like this, most people are not going to feel you. And I'm gonna say this again, when you walk around and you look like this, most people, they can't feel you. It's like, why are you so buff? Why is your traps in a trap? And I'm gonna say this again, when you look like this, people can't feel you. They don't care to feel you. They don't care to understand you. But I just wanna say to all my guys out there putting in that work, to all my FLS soldiers, if you come to the internet, because see, I never looked like this in the beginning of YouTube. I looked like this after something happened to my channel. And then when something happened to my channel, I told myself they can't stop the fitness. And that's when I started going hard. That's when I started jogging. That's when I started going up mountains. So now what happens is the channel all of a sudden boom, because it's like, yo, on the East Coast, it's like 2 a.m., 3 a.m. They're like, yo, who's this brolic dude? And that's the beauty of the internet. I do really feel that if you are on the internet and you are literally just swole, you guys have to understand. And if you're not on any type of steroids, you guys have to understand, like, all you have to do is hit the record button. I'm telling you, like, if you come to the internet and you listen, if you literally swole, you guys have to understand, like, it's an easy formula. It's an easy win. It's an easy touchdown. And I'm gonna say this again, it's an easy formula. It's an easy win. It's an easy touchdown. You feel me? Like, you guys, like, listen, you guys just, you guys just have to understand, it's an easy formula. It's an easy formula. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna be honest, 2023, like, I was getting so much Fetty Wap. I was getting so much moolah. I was just eating egg rolls, chicken wings, Chinese, Indian, curry. I was just getting moolah and eating. I got out of shape. I couldn't even go up the stairs without breathing heavy. You know, I was fat. I was literally fat. Listen, when I was doing faceless content and I was pulling in, you feel me? What I was pulling in 2023, I got fat. I was just living life, getting fat, catching flights, going to New Orleans, getting fat. I couldn't even breathe in New Orleans. I was in New Orleans. I couldn't even breathe. You feel me? Shout out to Juvie. He said you came to New Orleans. He said you came to New Orleans New Year's Eve. You couldn't breathe. And I'm gonna say this again, shout out to Juvenile, you feel me? He said, you came down to New Orleans New Year's Eve, you couldn't breathe, you feel me? So I've been out of shape. I really been out of shape, but I told myself, they cannot stop the fitness. And when I started to get the fitness serious, I started to get on my inspiration and I knew it was gonna work. This is my 52K speech. And I'm gonna say this again, this is my 52K speech. As you can see at my 52K speech, we don't have any women in the background, but salute all the women. I just don't want to use you for revenue. I don't want to, you feel me? I don't want to profit off your face, you feel me? I don't want to profit off your waist, you feel me? I don't want to profit off your style. I don't want to profit off your taste. Now, with that being said, 52K speech. So I'm showing the dudes that if you work out, you listen, you literally, you don't need to even have a woman in your video. You don't even need to have an editor. Like, this is the winning formula. People want to see people as really fighting. People want to see people as really doing. They really want to see people as not giving up. They really want to see this. This is an avenue. This is a market. This is better. This is better than being a politician. This is better than being a debate specialist. You feel me? And I'm gonna say this again. This is better than going to universities and campus and debating with people. This is better. You feel me? You guys have to understand, because see, every push-up is for the, listen, every push-up is for the set. Every push-up is for the squad. Shout out to the FLS, you feel me? Listen, when it's all said and done, everybody in the ecosystem right now, we going for it. And I'm gonna say this again. Everybody right now in the ecosystem, we going for it. See, a lot of guys don't really want other men to win. And I'm gonna say this again. A lot of people don't really want other men to win, because you guys gotta understand, if you want other men to win, especially if you 40, why are you not telling these guys, like, yo, why y'all dudes not going out here getting swole? You feel me? When it's all said and done, they don't want you to get the winning formula. So at 52K, I'm gonna tell you, if you come to the internet and you swole, I'm gonna tell you, you gonna win. Like, we still, listen, I told you guys December 27th, we gonna be on Twitch. So we going on Twitch swole, then we're gonna be going on IG swole, we're gonna be going on different various platforms swole. We're gonna soon be going on TikTok swole, starting November, which is pretty much now. And I'm gonna say this again, starting November, which is pretty much now. Listen, we going on all platforms straight swole. Listen, I'm here to tell you that you don't need to collaborate. And I'm gonna say this again, you don't need to collaborate, because if you swole, listen, this is your collaboration. And I'm gonna say this again, if you swole, this is the collaboration. See, this is collaboration number 1. This is collaboration number 2. Listen, and I'm gonna say this again, this is collaboration number 1. This is collaboration number 2. I don't trust no man but God. And I'm gonna say this again, I don't trust no man but God. So while dudes are falling out at gyms, while dudes are falling out over money, listen, I don't have to fall out over money, because when it's all said and done, when I do my push-ups, I get money. Like, we could really go on a generational run by being fit. We're the fit guys now. And I'm gonna say this again, we're the fit guys now. Listen, we could go on a generational run. We could be able to provide for a family. And I'm gonna say this again, we will be able to provide for a family because we are fit. We are doing something that the mass majority don't want to do, because they want to put their time into politics. And I told you guys, when people get into politics, when they get into race, that's their last resort in life. And I'm gonna say this again, when they get into politics, when they get into race, this is the last resort. When have the last time you ever saw a buff politician they can't, they're not allowed to. You can't look buff and fight for the people, because they gonna stop and ask, hey, why are you so swole fighting for us? And you're gonna be like, huh? You know what? Next question. And they can't have that. That's why all the that's why all the world leaders, they can't look like this, because you can't talk about, oh, listen, I'm for the people, and you don't look like the people. People don't get it. It's a game. They literally running a game in front of our face. I used to be skinny. I never looked like this. But then it hit me. It's a game. It is nothing more than a game. You either look like a conqueror or you look like a victim. You see what I'm saying? It's simple. Like, I can't look like a politician. I cannot be an activist. There is no activist that's buff. And I'm gonna say this again, there's no activist that's buff. You're not allowed to be buff. You can't look strong. You have to look like you have some type of weak spot, some type of chink in your armor. You have to look like a good guy. You have to be the wolf in sheep clothing, you feel me? You have to say, we're gonna make America great again, you feel me? You have to do this. He's not buff. They're not buff. They'll never be buff. Because they have to play a role. You have to fit into society. You can't be See, this is what people don't tell you. And I'm gonna say this again, this is what people don't tell you. Unless you are a bodybuilder and you live in a bodybuilding world, which is a cult because it's nothing more than steroids, what happens is, if you're not in the NFL, people are walking around like, what the hell? What the hell, Deontay? What the hell, LeBron James? Because it's like, why is he so buff? It's a red flag in the year 2025. It's a red flag in society. And then not only that, the woman can't stop looking. So 9 out of 10, the guys at your job, they want you gone. They're gonna lie. They're gonna go to HR. It's gonna go down to the buzzer beater. And I'm gonna say this again, the guys at your job, when you come through and you buff, they gotta have you gone. They gotta have you gone. They need you gone. They cannot have these women looking like, who's the new guy? Listen, shout out to the super chat, we in the building. Shout out to the super chat, we in the building. you guys have to understand. Listen, they can't have you walking around the facility. Listen, let me tell you guys something. Now, if you go to like a D1 school, if you're in college, that's probably going to be the last time you see people that are actually buff. But in society, when people graduate, you guys have to understand, if you decide to work on yourself and if you decide to go ultra, what happens is you are going to receive ultra hate. You're going to receive ultra tension. You're going to receive ultra stares, and it's going to be a problem. This is why you guys literally got to turn on the camera and come online. And I'm gonna say this again, this is why you guys, literally, you guys have to understand, if you have muscles, you should not be suffering. If you have muscles, you should not be starving financially. It shouldn't happen, not in the year 2025. Go out here and pump people up. And I'm gonna say this again, go out here and pump people up, get people fired up. You see what I'm saying? We coming, we dropping straight inspiration, and we doing diamonds. You feel me? When it's all said and done, this is what I'm talking about. You feel me? 52K. It feels good to get to do things how I want to do it. I don't want to talk about celebrities. I don't want to talk. Listen, shout out to another super chat in the building. $19 super chat in the building. You guys are showing love. I just want to say, man, I don't want to talk about celebrities. You feel me? Listen, let me tell you guys something. Celebrities don't have muscles. It's crazy. Like, we're really missing the generational run. We're really missing the blueprint. When it's all said and done, yo, these rappers don't got no muscles. They touring without muscles. They don't got no muscles. So when it's all said and done, you guys have to understand, if we got muscles, we got to come on social media and we got to pump up the volume. We got to get people inspired from Ireland all the way to Finland, all the way to Denmark, all the way to South Africa, all the way to Cape Town, all the way to Johannesburg, all the way to Durban, all the way to learning. This is our time. This is our time. These push-ups now count. These pull-ups now count. These diamonds now count. It's our time now. And I'm gonna say this again, this is now our time. This is our time to really push men who are in dark places. This is a time right now to get men fired up who thought about quitting. This is a time right now to tell men to get fired up that can't stop drinking. This is a time right now to tell men get fired up that wake up late. This is the time right now. You feel me? We can connect online with the internet and we can help other men in Cincinnati. We can help other men in Cleveland. You feel me? See you at the crossroads so you won't be lonely. And I'm gonna miss everybody, and I'm gonna miss everybody, oh, and I'm gonna miss everybody, I'm gonna miss everybody, I'm gonna miss everybody, oh, and I'm gonna miss everybody. You guys have to understand, shout out to Cleveland, we in a building. 52K just by straight inspiration, 52K just by straight energy, 52K. You guys have to understand, for me, that's big. And let me tell you guys something. Out there, all you future content creators, I'm talking to, because like I said, 2026, we going on a run. Listen, run your own race. People have been trying to compare me to other content creators, and I'm like, no. Run your own race. Don't let nobody compare you. Let me tell you guys something. A lot of us were not good enough to play D1 whatever. D1 basketball, D1 football, D1 volleyball, you name it. D1 golf, D1 tennis. So what happens is people got that competitive spirit, but they don't play sports. When it's all said and done, run your own race and understand that your race is what matters. Your race is what counts. Let me tell you guys something. If I try to run somebody else's race, I'm gonna get tripped up. And I'm gonna say this again. If I try to run somebody else's race, I'm gonna get tripped up. So understand, whatever you are doing, that's your race, and focus on your race. You guys have to understand right now, listen, this is bigger than life. They try to cancel, listen, to everybody that's new to my channel, to everybody subscribing, they try to cancel me at 8K subscribers. And I'm gonna say this again, they try to cancel me at 8K subscribers. So to be at 52K, what does that tell you? The devil is a liar and man cannot stop you. And I'm gonna say this again, what does that mean? The devil is a liar and man cannot stop you. The thought of a man is crazy that they could bring you down. And I'm gonna say this again, the thought of a man is crazy. This is why they seek for power. How do we get in the hierarchy to squash them like an ant? What? How do we get higher in the hierarchy to squash them on an ant? What? But this is the atmosphere you're dealing with. When you step outside, you're dealing with guys that are weak and they want to figure out how can we take him down. You guys have to understand, after 8K, they thought I was done. They thought I was finished. Listen, 52K, this is just the beginning. And I'm gonna say this again, 52K, this is just the beginning because I'm going live the whole year. And I'm gonna say this again, I'm doing push-ups the whole year. I'm going live the whole year. Like, I'm not playing. Because when it's all said and done, listen, the internet is all about your tempo. Understand that. You the content creator. I had a dude tell me, Mr. Keep It Simple, you listen, because at the time my channel had a little standstill. You see what I'm saying? Matter of fact, it went like this. It was at 50, it was like at 50, 51.8, went up to 51.9, then it dropped to 51.7, then when it dropped to 51.7, people was like, yo, Mr. Keep It Simple, yo, Mr. Keep It Simple, yo, Mr. Keep It Simple, you need to do sound effects, you gotta do something. I don't gotta do anything but just stand. I don't gotta do anything but just not fold. That's what you guys have to understand. The name of the game is it's so simple. The name of the game is just do not fold. And if you fold, unfold yourself and come back like a napkin. And I'm gonna say this again. If you fold, unfold yourself like a napkin and just come back. You see what I'm saying? Like, don't get down on yourself. And I'm gonna say this again. Don't get down on yourself. Don't get down on yourself. If you fold, if you feel weak, get back in the game. And I'm gonna say this again. If you feel weak, get your head back in the game. Life is beautiful. And I'm gonna say this again. Life is beautiful, but you have to try. That's why they want you to feel like you at a disadvantage, because listen, think about the thought process. If you feel that you're at a disadvantage, what's the point of even trying? If somebody got a head start on you, what's the point of even trying? That's what they want you to feel. That's what they want you to believe. And I'm gonna say this again. This is what they want you to believe. They want you to believe that you are at a disadvantage. You are not at a disadvantage. Nobody is holding you back. And I'm gonna say this again. Nobody is holding you back. Stop thinking people are against you. Listen, people try to tell me YouTube was against me. I'm like, how is YouTube against me? YouTube is not against me. You guys have to understand, nobody is against you. And I'm gonna say this again. Listen, I'm gonna say this again. Nobody is against you. Stop feeling that people are against you. You see what I'm saying? Stop. I'm gonna say this again. Stop
Why somebody listen? Listen, somebody in the comment section, and I'm gonna say this again. Listen, that's why I'm gonna say this. Stop messing with me. I saw you. I saw you. I caught you. You feel me? I caught you. Now, with that being said, I'm gonna say this again. They want you to feel like you are at a disadvantage. They want you to feel like you are a disadvantage. Listen, nobody is ahead of you. Nobody, and I'm gonna say this again, nobody is ahead of you. Nobody is behind you. Like at the end of the day, listen, run your own race. People laugh at me, but I'm gonna say this again. You feel me? Like, I don't care what people got to say about me, because they not getting these push-ups with me. They not going to the gym with me. That's what you guys have to understand. Now, tomorrow, like today, we now reached the first. We got to talk about real topics. And let's talk about rent. 9 out of 10, always remember this. When it's time to pay your rent, look around. I don't care if you got to do a money order. I don't care if you got to do a portal. I'm here to tell you, yo, this guy right here is crazy. I'm going to say this again. I'm here to tell you, when it's time to pay the rent, look around. You're not going to see anybody around you. And I'm gonna say this again, look around, you're not gonna see anybody around you. And that's the mindset you gotta have. Live life like it's time to pay the rent. Live life like it's time to pay the rent. Because once you live life like it's time to pay the rent, it's gonna make you laugh, because you're gonna be like, yo, ain't nobody around. Exactly. So that's why you should not even care what people think about you, because when it's time to pay the rent, ain't nobody around you. When it's time to pay the rent, the woman at Planet Fitness, she not around you. When it's time to pay the rent, your homies ain't around you. When it's time to pay the rent, nobody is around you. You guys have to understand. Salute all my dudes who made comebacks from sleeping in their car, taking showers at Planet Fitness. Now they got a townhouse. Now they got their own. Triple salute. Listen, life is all about the comeback. And I'm going to say this again. Life is all about the comeback. You guys have to understand. There that guy go again, yo. He's not gonna let me live. Listen, it is what it is. Salute everybody out here. Listen, big smile is a listen. 52K. Listen. Thank you all. Thank you all for everybody that's in the live. Thank you all for everybody that's in the live. I really appreciate you all. Nobody's gonna give you anything. Nobody is going to give you anything, but if you decide that, you know what, I'm gonna work out, I'm gonna eat, I'm gonna leave that fast food alone, I'm actually gonna cook, yo, you could really change your life in about 3 months. That's what I did. I turned it around in 3 months. In 3 months, yo, you can do that. Listen, I couldn't walk 3 months ago. It's probably 4 months now. It doesn't matter. Tomato, tomato, bada bing, bada bing. I couldn't walk like 3-4 months ago. But guess what? Not only that, something happened to my page. So it's like, boof, boof, two invisible grenades. It's poof, poof. So it's just like, yo. And I told myself, you know what? I'm gonna push for 3 months straight. And I'm gonna say this again. I'm gonna push for 3 months straight. And that's what I did. I pushed for 3 months straight. I worked out for 3 months straight, and now we're here at 52K because you know what? Listen, sometimes things just go down to the buzzer. And I'm gonna say this again, I got terminated from my job like Arnold Schwarzenegger. I'll be back. Terminated, literally terminated with a capital T. And then after I got terminated, YouTube, they were like, you're a partner. I'm like, wow. I lost my job and got my partnership. And then I said, it's not over. I said, it's not over. I said, I'm gonna work out. I'm gonna go 30 minutes to Glendale, which I don't go anymore. But at that time, I was going to Glendale day after day, driving 30 minutes, going to Glendale, and just giving it my all. And now we're here at 52K because there's so many beautiful women out here. We can't give up, guys. We're professional providers. And I'm gonna say this again, we cannot give up. We are professional providers. All these beautiful women, why would you stop? Why would you give up when you could just run it up? And I'm gonna say this again, why would you give up when you could just run it up? You will think it's so simple to just run it up. All you gotta do is run it up, run it up, run it up. Simple. And then once you run it up, you're gonna realize, listen, I can live how I wanna live, eat where I wanna eat, do what I wanna do. Yes, that's you, but you gotta believe it's possible. You gotta believe it can be done. Listen, you guys have to understand, right now, your parents, triple salute, but your parents are not gonna understand how social media works. Your parents are not gonna understand numbers, metrics. So don't even try to explain to your parents about social media. And I'm gonna say this again, please save your breath. When it's all said and done, make sure that you have some type of safety net and just have fun, enjoy content. Like me, I don't talk to anybody. Throughout the day, I don't have conversations with anybody. I have zero friends. Everybody, listen, por favor, estoy cruzando mis dedos. Listen, you, please, can you guys put a 0 in the chat? Put a 0 in the chat. Put a 0 in the chat. Put a 0 in the chat, because it's important to understand. I only talk to my chat. I only talk to my ecosystem. I don't talk to anybody. There's nothing to talk about. Nobody wants it. Nobody wants to put in the work. Nobody wants to put in the grind. You feel me? And the people that are, they're busy. They're in the hills. They're flying private. So it is what it is. I have nobody to talk to. Outside of my ecosystem, I don't talk to anybody. I don't talk to anyone. So I just want to say thank you for technology, because now I can have conversations and it feels like I'm in an auditorium. It feels like I'm in a huddle. It feels like I got the crew around me. It feels like I got the FLS around me. So shout out to technology, because if it wasn't for technology, guess what? You know what? That's a good point. My man said it's Halloween, bro. And you know what? I wasn't going to do this live tonight, but I said, you know what? Because usually when it comes to Halloween, I try to get in the house early. But I say, you know what? I live in the suburbs. So I was like, you know what? We might as well just continue to go live, because we're in the suburbs, you feel me? And life is not a hip hop video. And I'm gonna say this again, life is not a hip hop video, you feel me? We don't talk about sliding on the ops. We don't do that. We just eat parfaits and try not to play parlays. So I was thinking, should I go live tonight? But then I'm like, we're in the suburbs. Of course I'll go live today. Listen, shout out to you for real. Shout out to you for 52K, let's go. And I'm gonna say this again, 52K, let's go. So my mindset right now at 52K is, I'm going to go to 100K. Now, you guys have to understand, when you get to 100K, you guys have to understand, like, you literally have a platform. And then after that, it's time to go to Twitch. It's time to go to Twitch. And I'm gonna say this again, listen, to all my content creators out here, once you hit a mile high on a platform, go to the next platform and hit that mile high. Listen, like I said, I'm gonna start Twitch December 27th, because that's my birthday. And I'm gonna say this again, my birthday is December 27th. And I'm gonna say that again, my birthday is December 27th. So I'm gonna start Twitch. But I'm just saying, once I hit 100K on YouTube, listen, we locked in on Twitch heavy. We locked in on Twitch heavy. You guys have to understand, you got to run it up. So many people, man, like I said, man, once you take care of yourself, and once you actually start to look like something, it's going to be easier to go from one platform, poof. Yo, who is this? One platform, poof. Yo, who is this? Yo, one platform, poof. Pop up the volume, boom, 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 boom. So, listen, take care of yourself and really run it up on different platforms. You see what I'm saying? Like, most guys, they don't care for you. Most guys, they don't want to see you eat. You feel me? Most guys, they just want to see you starve. Now, the real reason, I'm going to tell you something for real, for real. When I mean for real, I mean for real, for real. But the real reason I stayed on YouTube was because at the end of the day, YouTube, you feel me, got something called Patreon. So if you have any type of jams on YouTube, to all content creators, if you have a Patreon page, you have work outside of YouTube, so you're technically not unemployed. So the whole five years, 5.5, going into 6 now, I've been employed. You feel me? So it's not like we were starving like Marvin. You feel me? You know what I mean? And I'm gonna say this again. I wasn't starving. So I stayed on YouTube, but now that we're at 52K, I really feel like once we hit 100K, we still gonna go live, but we're gonna be Twitch streaming as well. It's just gonna be probably four or five phones, just trapping and TikTok. I'm telling you, bro, because it's like, yo, why not? Why not live in Australia? Why not? Like, I saw a guy today, he had a child at 93 in Australia. And I'm like, yo, let's go. Let's go. See, in America, like, they don't want us to know about Australian struggle. They don't want us to know about kangaroos. They never taught me about a kangaroo in middle school. They never taught me about a kangaroo in high school. They never taught me about a kangaroo. You see what I'm saying? Like, they never taught us about kangaroos. You know why? Because they don't want us to know about kangaroos. They just want us to go to Outback Steakhouse. That's it. They don't want us to know about kangaroos. But no, I'm serious. Like, listen, as Americans, we gotta make it to Australia. We got to fight. It's a long flight, but we got to fight. You feel me? How can we fold when we could go to the Gold Coast? And I'm gonna say this again. How can we fold when we could go to the Gold Coast? We gotta make it to Australia. You guys gotta understand, and to all my guys out there that's 40, as you age, there's a lot of places that welcomes the fact that you really holding it down. They welcome the fact that you really crushed it. Dude 93 in Australia just had a baby. That really gave me hope. I said, I gotta go live. Dude 93 got a baby? What? What? You see what I'm saying? Like, they don't want us to make it to the other side. They just want us to be the king of the city. They just want us to be the king of the county. They just want us to be the king, just to be the king. Let me tell you guys something. No, we got to make it to the other side. Australia emoji in the building. That's what I'm saying. Like, as Americans, we don't think about Australia. We just don't. You see what I'm saying? Because they just want us to be here, chase women, show a high value, go on these high value dates, get these high value bills, go on these high value, and then we can't even go to Australia. You see how they playing us? You guys have to understand, y'all gotta snap out of it. Remain single, no RAWSEX, for real. I don't care if she says she clean. No procreation until you ready. You feel me? Like, nah, I'm telling you guys, because what's going to happen is, listen, we got to make it to Australia, bro. We got to pull up to Australia, bro. Listen, as American, like, they just want us to be stuck here. They just want us to be prideful, and I'm proud to be. Nah, enough of that. When it's all said and done, it's time to run it up. You feel me? Like, we could run up as much as we want to run up, and we could live wherever we want to live. And I'm gonna say this again, we could run up as much as we want to run up, and we could live wherever we want to live. And we could have as many kids as we want to have kids. It's simple. It's simple. You guys have to understand, you guys got to put in that work, though. A lot of people, they don't want to put in the work because they waiting for the masses to tell them you hot. No, you got to drop before the masses even know you exist. When it's all said and done, shout out to everybody subscribing to the channel. But you guys have to understand, before people even subscribe to the channel, listen, this is what I've been doing for 5.5 years. I never stopped. You feel me? It's called mental conditioning. You see what I'm saying? It's called mental conditioning. You see what I'm saying? Like, survival times, I'm a lyricist. You guys have to understand. Survival times, these are survival times. We going on a generational run. We about to do something that's never been done before. You guys have to understand, when you about to do something that's never been done before, you can't talk to your family about that. They don't even understand what you're talking about. They don't understand social media. They don't understand YouTube. They don't understand getting a tripod. They don't understand just going live, you feel me, at the tennis court. They don't understand. So you guys have to understand. Listen, on this journey, listen, you can't talk to anybody on this vision until you execute, until you get to where you need to be. You can't talk to anybody. I'll never forget when I first came to Phoenix, true story. I told a guy I had 15 subscribers. He's like, oh, nah, just 15? To me, 15 was a lot. You know, it was everything, you feel me? But to him, you know, in the Matrix, like, oh, you only got 15. Matter of fact, when I first started, somebody I know, somebody super close to me, he was like, yo, you don't got the numbers yet. He like, you don't got the clout. I don't need no clout. I don't need no numbers. All I need to do is hit the record button and drop this thunder. And I'm gonna say this again. I don't need no clout. I don't need no numbers. If it happened naturally, it happens naturally. If it happens organic, it happens organic. You see what I'm saying? But one thing I'm not going to do is I'm not going to look at a number. I'm not going to look at the algorithm. I'm not going to look at my analytics, and I'm not going to panic. When it's all said and done, I'm dropping content. If one person show up or if 14 show up, if one person show up or if 300 show up, I'm dropping content. You feel me? When it's all said and done, like I'm not letting numbers play. You see what I'm saying? With the mission. I'm not letting numbers play with the content. When it's all said and done, you guys have to understand, keep going. If you build it, they will come. And I'm gonna say this again. If you build it, they will come. You gotta put in that work. Listen, the live that I'm dropping tonight, it could take off next week. You guys have to understand when it comes to social media, a lot of people really don't tell you, but you really earn it while you sleep. After I go to sleep, somebody's going to hit this live button and stream. Listen, you can earn while you sleep. Listen, I'm telling you, like, we putting in that work and we not complaining. Now, before I finish this live, I really want to talk about just, you know, really just understanding that it's going to all work out for you. And I'm going to say this again, it's going to work for you. Now, I share with you my story and my stumble blocks. I had a stumble block at 8,000. People were trying to cancel me at 8,000 subscribers. Following year, I had a stumble block at 15K. People were trying to cancel me at 15K. Now, after 15K, it went to, I went to 48K. Denied many times, which I wasn't thinking about it, but it was happening. So from 2023 to 2025, it was denied. So I left this channel alone for 2 years. And that's the thing people didn't understand. When I had 48,000 subscribers, I walked away from this channel at 48,000 subscribers. Now, the reason I walked away is because I have other channels and I was working on other channels, but I walked away from this channel at 48,000 subscribers in 2023. And I didn't come back to this channel until 2025. And the beautiful thing about it is I was never worried about competing with anybody, because if I was worried about competing with other people, I would never walk away from a channel at 48,000 subscribers for 2 years. I did that for 2 years. And you guys have to understand, sometimes you got to get your mind right. You got to map it out. You got to trap it out. And on this channel, I told myself, listen, I'm going to come back 2025. I'm going to reapply. And that's what I did. And when I reapplied, I told myself, I said, if anything happens, I'm going strictly fitness, strictly inspiration, strictly motivation. That is it. Something happened, and here we are today. And I'm thankful. Listen, everything that happens in life, understand it happens for a reason. And I'm going to say this again. Whatever happens to you in life, understand it happens for a reason. You feel me? Like, you got to trust the process. And I'm going to say this again. You got to trust the process. If you trust the process, you're going to realize, listen, God got your back. He ain't going to leave you hanging. I'm in Phoenix, Arizona. Rent is paid. Thank God. All praises to the Lord. And I'm going to say this again. In all humbleness, all praises to the Lord, my rent is paid. I've been out here for 3 years. God didn't leave me. You feel me? God never left me. Still got my back. 3.5 years later, they tried to cancel me my first year in Phoenix. Listen, still here. Try to cancel me again. Doesn't matter. Still here. People that I thought was close, turning back on me, said I ain't had no motion. Guess what? I'm still here. When it's all said and done, listen, you're not going to lose. You're going to win. Tell yourself that. If you hear any voices, if you hear any self-doubt that, oh, you might not make it, listen, you're going to make it. You're going to make it. Life is for the taking. You got to take it. And I'm going to say this again. If you hear any voices of self-doubt, understand you're going to make it. I know a lot of you people be watching this video while y'all be working out. Listen, you're going to make it. Life is for the taking. You just got to take it. See, when I'm going live right now, I'm taking it. You feel me? Everybody has the opportunity to go live. I could care less who going live right now. For me, I'm going live. So guess what? If it's somebody that stumbles across this content and if they want to just watch this content, guess what? Boom, that's me taking it. As a content creator, that's me taking it. I do believe that as content creators, don't be afraid to just go live. It doesn't have to be for an hour, but just really run it up, because listen, YouTube is nothing more than traffic, and you never know who's watching. So at the end of the day, listen, why not go out there, hit the record button, and go out there and get in traffic and keep building your brand? Like, they want us to really work for a corporation and build a corporation brand, brag on a corporation brand. You got to understand, the next live, I got to talk about status, because they really want us to have status. I work for so-and-so, I work for so-and-so, but are you building your brand? And I'm gonna say this again, are you building your brand? Some people, they don't care about having a brand. They just wanna build a company. Then when a company, you gotta get out of here, you fired. Like, how am I fired? HR say you're fired, I say you're fired. Then they feel so down and out. Then they feel lost because they never had a brand. They put their trust, they put their faith, they put their status in a corporation, a Fortune 500 company who only cares about numbers. This is what they want. They want to put their all into a number. You guys have to understand, life is all about understanding what's going on. Nobody's going to tell you in high school, invest in yourself. Nobody is going to tell you in college, invest in yourself. How could they tell you that when you invested in textbooks? Come on, Mr. Keep It Simple, say that again. How could they tell you invest in yourself when they literally see you going to the bookstore to buy textbooks? And some people buy used textbooks. So at the end of the day, like, they can't tell you invest in yourself, you know, but I'm here to tell you, if you invest in yourself, it doesn't matter what happens. Guess what? You always good. You always straight. And I'm gonna say this again, if you invest in yourself, it doesn't matter what happens. You always good, you always straight. Somebody said, brother, you look, let me tell you guys something. I'm fired up about life. I'm fighting for my life. 52K, listen, I'm a fighter on YouTube. When it comes to my content, it's content of a fighter. When it's freedom content. When it's all said and done, if you guys can't understand the passion, listen, I don't know what to tell you. And I'm gonna say this again, I don't know what to tell you, but I'm so excited, you feel me, to be alive tomorrow. Listen, every step of the way, listen, this is the realest part of the video. We're only here on God's time, borrowed time. Every step of the way, if you have breath, you feel me? You should be excited. I know. As you go more on this journey, you're gonna realize you're gonna get more excited and more passionate about life. But the fact that you're breathing, you should be excited. Let it breathe. And I'm gonna say this again. The fact that you're breathing, you should be excited. Let it breathe. I mean, it's so much to be thankful for. And I'm gonna say this again. It's so much to be thankful for. But we live in a generation where men are not happy unless they have a blue check. Men are not happy unless they have a mega platform and Kirk Franklin dancing in the background. You see what I'm saying? Men are not happy until the masses validate them. Listen, I'm here to tell you, the masses don't validate me, but that ain't gonna stop me from going live. You see what I'm saying? I'm not waiting for no masses to validate me. When it's all said and done, to everybody that rock on my channel, I thank you, because see me, I don't tell people to subscribe. What I do is I work hard, and if people want to subscribe, listen, that's what they want to do. You feel me? Me, I don't tell anybody to subscribe. I don't tell anybody to hit the like button. What I do is I just go hard. I feel like if you go hard, you're gonna win. I feel like the formula is guaranteed. And I'm gonna say this again. I feel like if you go hard, you're gonna win. The formula is guaranteed. You see what I'm saying? I look like this because I was going hard. I would not look like this if I wasn't going hard. I had a choice to make, and I made the right choice. Just put in the work, and I put in the work. So now when I step out, people look at me like, wow. Matter of fact, on Halloween, somebody, before I finish this live, somebody said I had a costume on. Yeah, a dude literally said, oh man, that gotta be a costume. He said, your muscles can't be real. So I'm telling you, listen, everything counts. And that's what people have to understand. Even if you do 10 push-ups, everything counts. Even if you do 4 pull-ups, everything counts. You don't have to go in there and just be all American. No, just something is better than nothing. And that's what you have to understand on this journey. If you are able, that's power. And I'm gonna say this again, if you're able, that's power. Because some people, listen, like when I hurt my leg, I wasn't able. I wasn't able to walk. I wasn't able to do a lot of things. So you got, listen, being able, that's half the battle. Somebody said, I watch your content and work keep dropping. Listen, I'm surprised because honestly, I just feel like so many people really feel like they victims. You feel me? So when I run into people that be like, yo, I like your content, I'm like, yo, they're not victims. That's what's up. Pump up the volume, pump up the volume. But so many people, man, they just want to fit into society. And may God be with them. But I'm here to tell you, I'm not trying to fit into any society. I'm not trying to fit into any club. I'm not trying to fit into any high-priced gym. I'm not trying to fit in. I got to be me every step of the way. And I just want to let you guys know when it comes to creating content, stay true to you. Listen, do you. You see what I'm saying? You don't got to follow the crowd. You don't gotta walk around with a microphone and you don't gotta harass people. You don't gotta do that. You feel me? You don't gotta be a clown. You don't gotta be comical. You feel me? Now, when I get with my FLS soldiers, of course we gonna pump up the volume, pump up the volume. You know what I mean? It's a celebration. You see what I'm saying? But I'm here to tell you that in life, you're gonna win. You're gonna win. You probably think about, what about the people that didn't win? That's because they didn't have people like Mr. Keep It Simple telling them that they're gonna win. And I'm gonna say this again. They did not have people like Mr. Keep It Simple saying, you're gonna win. I feel like your circle, the people that are around you, the things that you watch, the things that you consume is so important. You feel me? When you watch content like, yeah, you can do it. That's the type of content. It doesn't matter if it's me. It doesn't matter if it's somebody else. If you watch another content creator, he's like, yeah, you can do it. Listen, watch him too. You see what I'm saying? But the stuff that you watch, that matters. And I feel like as men, we gotta watch. If we got time and we not working, or you know what I mean, I feel like watch a little bit, but then start creating. And I'm gonna say this again. Once you start to create content, you're gonna realize the less you start to watch content. But yeah, in the beginning, watch some stuff. You can do it. You can do it. And then get a tripod, and then you start to do it. And then when you start to drop content on multiple platforms, then other people are gonna be like, yeah, you chain reaction. And I'm gonna say this again, chain reaction. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. Shout out to all you guys out there, man. Real talk, like I said, man. People encourage people to date, but let me tell you guys something. When you are with the woman, trust and believe for a long period of time, and you don't have resources, listen, it's not gonna work out. It's not gonna work out. So take your time and work on yourself. And don't let anybody tell you that you're too old. People try to tell me I'm too old to have kids. I can care less what they have to say. One thing I'm not doing is, I'm not having kids before I really see the majority of the world. But people will try to tell me I'm too old. So you gotta silence the noise. You gotta understand, a lot of people, they not gonna see your vision. You gotta understand that. But the beauty is, it's your vision, and that's all that matters. And I'm gonna say this again, a lot of people are not gonna see your vision, but understand it's your vision, and that's the only thing that matters. That's the only thing that matters. It's your vision, you feel me? You can't expect nobody to feel your vision. You can't expect nobody to see what you got coming. And trust and believe, you guys, you can change your life in less than a year. So always tell yourself that. And listen, I gotta make a video on that. And always tell yourself that so much could change in a month. It's real. You could change your life in a month. You feel me? Like, you could change your life in less than a year. Like, never feel stuck. Feeling stuck, that's how you get in a rut. Feeling like I'm never gonna get out of this, man, you're gonna get out of this. You gonna get out of this like you got out the last situation, like you got out the last 10 situations, like you got the last. You guys have to understand, if you guys are over 30 years old, you guys have made it through so many jams. Like, come on, stop playing yourself. You guys are literally the jam specialists. You feel me? You feel me? Shout out to all you guys in your 20s, still learning, still going through stuff, learning from others. You guys, I wish you guys the best. But if you're in your 30s, you should be a jam specialist. You should survive so many jams. You should just know how to get out of them. Especially at 40. We should be jam specialists. You guys have to understand, life is beautiful. Whatever comes that causes uncomfort, listen, we're gonna fight and we're gonna put that underneath us. We're gonna put that underneath our shoe, you feel me? Whatever makes us feel, you feel me, not relaxed, listen, we stepping on it. And I'm gonna say this again, whatever comes our way that makes us feel a funny vibe, we stepping on it. We stepping on it. Goals, we stepping on them. Listen, deadlines, we stepping on them, you feel me? Like, we just out here stepping, you feel me? You guys have to understand, like, you guys got to start stepping on things that cause you discomfort, things that you don't like to step on it. You feel me? Laziness, step on it. Procrastination, step on it. Not wanting to create content, just step on it. That's all you got to do is just step on it. Shout out to everybody, FLS. Somebody said, somebody call the police. Why do I always see that at the end of the live? It never fails. Like, that's like, I'm telling you, I always see that at the end of the live. Somebody always got to mention a cop reference at the end of the live. It's a choice to choose life. Shout out to you on that. Listen, you guys have to understand, all these beautiful women, and you guys are just gonna give up and not want to provide and not just want to go to Hawaii and take a trip. Come on, stop it. Women are beautiful. When you work on yourself, they're gonna be cheering for you. Come on, bruh. Like, we are outnumbered by women. All we have to do is run it up. You see what I'm saying? Be real, don't sell dreams, and we good. You see what I'm saying? I'm gonna say this again. All we gotta do is run it up. Don't sell dreams, and we good. Go out there, get the woman of your wildest dreams at the finish line. And I'm gonna say this again. Go out there and get the wildest woman of your dreams at the finish line. Don't let anybody put fear in your heart. Fear is not of God. God is of love. You feel me? If anybody tell you that these women are cooked, no, they're cooked. And the fact that they're cooked, they want you to feel like the women are cooked. No, they're cooked. If you live in a major city like Phoenix, these women are not cooked. But if you start to see how a lot of these dudes are walking around, you're gonna realize they're cooked. So what they want to do is they want to come with red pill content, run to the internet talking about, oh, modern day women. No, let's talk about these guys that don't walk around on a mission. Let's talk about these guys that are walking around and timid. These guys are walking around feeling like victims. These guys are walking around feeling like they're at a disadvantage. We in a building. We not playing, bro. One life to live as a man. You can't be walking around acting like you're a little kid at Chuck E. Cheese. Shout out to you guys, FLS, we in the building. You guys already know, man. Listen, it's never too late to make a comeback. And I'm gonna say this again, it's never too late to make a comeback. It's never too late. All you guys got to do is be real with yourself. Do you want to be a sideline watcher, or do you want to be so busy, so active that you don't even have time to watch others? And I'm gonna say this again. The question is, do you want to be a sideline watcher of others? Because there's a lot of content. If you want to sit in your house all day long and watch content, trust me, you can. But you gotta think about it. If you're a content creator, why would you sit in your house all day and watch content when you could actually go outside, travel, and actually make content? Watching content is cool for inspiration, but once you get inspired, listen, it's time to build your brand. And I'm gonna say this again, it's time to build your brand. Listen, shout out to everybody that's rocking with the live. FLS, we in the building. Somebody said, quit trying to flex.
Bro, that's not even a flex. That's just light. You feel me? That's light. All I did was move my arm. That's it. That's not even a flex. Come on, man. You guys don't know what flex is. Flex is. We not even going to do that. Gotta be humble. I can see the fridge. I can see the fridge door in the reflection of your glasses. You're not even outside. So why are they saying I'm in the green screen? Why? Listen, you guys are phenomenal. Let it breathe.